homemade, home-cured Christmas ham. What is going on, lovely people? I'm Logan, welcome to my kitchen. I'm gonna be showing you how to make your own home-cured Christmas ham. What you need for this is you need a scale and you need that prog powder, number one, that pink curing salt. No exceptions on that whatsoever. I'm also gonna be smoking mine, but if you don't have any ways of smoking it, you can go ahead and skip that step. It'll absolutely turn out amazing. I'm gonna make a glaze, I'm gonna make a sauce, and I'm gonna roast off some vegetables. Let's hop into it. I'm using a pork shoulder for this one today because I love the meat to fat ratio on it, but you could absolutely go the more traditional route using the leg portion if you choose to do so. So the first thing that we need to do is weigh out the entire meat. So that's 3,965 grams. And the curing salt, sugar, and the fine sea salt is all kind of work as a percentage. So for example, I'm going to take that entire weight of the meat and multiply that by 0.03, which is the sea salt that we need to have for this mixture. Next is going to be the sugar, 1.5. Last, the curing salt, 0.25% or 9 grams. There's additional a couple spices I like to put in this, but I'll leave a recipe in the description for you of the exact amounts that I use. Fresh herbs into this mixture as well. That's rosemary, thyme, and sage. Is going to give it that beautiful holiday season flavor to it. Whisk all those ingredients together, and I made this a couple days ahead. Put it in a plastic container and make sure to label it curing salt. This is not good for seasoning anything else. I'm getting a piece of pork ready now by cutting off that fat cap. Now we're just gonna have a catching tray underneath it and pat that thing completely dry. We're gonna sprinkle all of that curing salt onto the entire surface of this pork, and you need to use 100% of that curing salt mixture. Just gently rub all that beautiful curing salt onto the entirety of the meat. It's very important that you use the whole entire amount of the curing salt mixture as well. The curing salt has all that beautiful flavor in it from the spices that I added and those fresh herbs in there. It's gonna give this thing a beautiful flavor on it, as well as a nice color on it. It's gonna give this ham that traditional pink color to it because of the curing salt, essentially. Next step is I'm going to tightly wrap this thing in some saran wrap. I do a couple laps of rolling it in the saran wrap, a couple times lengthwise, a couple of times sideways. Just make sure it is completely tight. I'm really trying to keep any air from being able to reach the surface of the pork. I'm going to let this cure 4 or 5 days, being that it is a heavier piece of meat. If you have a lighter cut, then go ahead and go 3 to even 4 days. Let it cure for 5 days. I'm going to flip it over halfway through the curing process. So on the second evening, I'm going to flip it over and it's going to release a little bit of liquid, which is perfectly normal. The curing process is working properly. Next, I'm going to make a beautiful freshly squeezed orange glaze that consists of oranges, bourbon, and 1 clove. Bring that up to a nice gentle simmer and make sure that it stays on a very low simmer. That way the alcohol does not ignite while it's burning off. It is bourbon after all. On the 5th day, unwrap it from saran wrap, and you want to rinse all of that curing salt off of it. This stuff is not consumable, but it brings out so much good flavor into the meat. It's going to have a nice saltiness to it. Now I need to make sure that this pork gets completely patted dry. You don't want any moisture on this whatsoever, because I'm going to end up searing it in a hot skillet to get a beautiful caramelized crust on it. Now I'm going to cold smoke it. This is an optional step. I luckily have a smoking gun that is going to be able to pump smoke onto the pork, giving it an amazing flavor. Over medium-high heat, I'm going to sear off all the sides of this pork, starting with the fat cap side, because when I have this thing fully seared off, I want that fat cap to be on the top. Fat rendering downwards. Look at that beautiful caramelization. That's exactly what you want. It's going to give this pork a beautiful flavor to it. Nice and rich and nice and caramelized. This step may take around 5 minutes, but trust me, it is not a step that you want to skip because it's going to give you the most beautiful flavor on your ham. Go ahead and dump half an amount of that orange glaze that we just made onto the ham. I'm going to reserve the other half for when we make a beautiful sauce. I'm getting my smoke gun ready to go. This pumps cold smoke directly onto the surface of the ham. Put a lid on it and pump as much smoke as I possibly can. Tinfoil would be an optimal choice for this, but I'm working with what I got. Cover it with the lid and cover the cracks with a little bit of towels, and I'm going to let it sit on the stove top for about 5 minutes without smoke. You could see the smoke swirling around in there too, which is a good sign. So chuck it in the oven, 325 degrees, and that's going to go for about 3 to 3.5 hours, or until the internal temperature reaches 145 degrees. For the sauce, take the glaze and the pan drippings, put it in a stock pot, bring it up to a simmer, and then reduce it by half. This ham turned out absolutely amazing. It's gonna be perfect to serve up for my guest for Christmas time. All right, let's try a little sample, shall we? Dip it in that sauce. Nothing wrong with eating with your fingers, right? That's incredible. It's nice and salty, but then you get that citrus bite in that sauce that I made, and it's perfectly balanced.